For young lives, one quiet night in a small town, and a brutal, unthinkable crime that shocked the entire nation. This is the case of Bryan Kohberger, the criminology student accused of murdering 4 University of Idaho students in cold blood, a man who studied killers, and now stands accused of becoming one himself. 4 college students were brutally murdered in their home in Moscow, Idaho. The victims: Kaylee Goncalves, Madison Mogen, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin, now known as the Idaho 4. The suspect? Bryan Kohberger, a 28-year-old criminology student, now facing 4 counts of first-degree murder. Evidence? His DNA was found at the scene, his phone pinged near the house, and a surviving roommate saw a masked man the night of killings. Kohberger has pleaded not guilty, but prosecutors want the death penalty, calling the crime premeditated and cruel. The families are speaking out. The world is watching. And the big question remains: will justice finally be served for the Idaho 4? November 13th, 2022. It was a typical Saturday night in Moscow, Idaho, a peaceful college town nestled in the hills. Bars were open. Students were winding down. And at 11:22, King Road, 6 roommates lived together in an off-campus house just blocks from the University of Idaho. By morning, everything changed. Around noon, a 911 call was made from inside the house. Police arrived to a scene unlike anything they'd seen before. 4 students, Kaylee Goncalves, Madison Mogen, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin, were found stabbed to death in their bedrooms, some on the 2nd floor, others on the 3rd. 2 roommates survived, Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk, physically unharmed, but emotionally scarred forever. There are no signs of forced entry, no robbery, no suspect, just 4 bright young lives gone in the blink of an eye. These weren't just names in a headline. They were beloved sons and daughters, students and friends. Kaylee Goncalves, 21, bold, energetic, and ready to graduate early. Madison Mogen, 21, Kaylee's best friend since 6th grade. Xana Kernodle, 20, witty and full of life. Ethan Chapin, 20, Xana's boyfriend, an athlete with a big heart. They had dreams, they had futures, and they had no idea that night would be their last. In the days that followed, the town was gripped with fear. How could someone sneak into a home and kill 4 people without anyone hearing? Police remained tight-lipped. Students left town. Rumors spread online. Weeks passed. Then, in late December, a sudden breakthrough. Bryan Kohberger, a 28-year-old PhD student studying criminology at nearby Washington State University, was arrested at his parents' home in Pennsylvania. He had driven across the country in a white Hyundai Elantra, the same type of car seen near the crime scene on surveillance footage. The arrest stunned the public. Who was this man, and how was he connected to the victims? Bryan Kohberger wasn't some unknown drifter. He had a master's degree in criminal justice. He was pursuing a doctorate in criminology. He had even posted online, asking criminals to describe how they committed their crimes and how they felt during the process. People described him as socially awkward, intelligent, and obsessed with serial killers and crime scenes. Some classmates later said he made unsettling comments and seemed unusually interested in law enforcement behavior. Was he studying criminals or training to become one? The evidence against Kohberger, according to court documents, is chilling. A knife sheath left on the bed next to Madison and Kaylee had Bryan's DNA on the snap. Phone records showed Kohberger's phone had pinged near the house at least 12 times prior to murders, indicating he may have been stalking the victims. Surveillance video captured his Hyundai Elantra driving past the house several times the night of the killings. One of the surviving roommates reported seeing a masked man dressed in black leaving the home shortly after 4 a.m. And yet, Kohberger has said nothing. He has pleaded not guilty to all charges. No motive, no confession, no explanation. While Kohberger remains silent, the victim's family stepped into the spotlight. Steve Goncalves, Kaylee's father, has been the most vocal, attending every court hearing, calling for transparency and demanding the death penalty. Olivia Goncalves, Kaylee's sister, has worked tirelessly to keep the story alive, posting updates and advocating for her sister and the other victims. They've been joined by supporters across the country who followed every twist of the investigation. Still, the legal process has been slow. Kohberger's team has requested more time, challenged the evidence, and pushed for delays, all while a strict gag order has prevented prosecutors, police, and even the victim's family from sharing details publicly. Kohberger's trial is shaping up to be one of the most closely watched in recent history. The state of Idaho confirmed they are seeking the death penalty, citing the extreme, heinous nature of the crime. If convicted, Kohberger could face execution, but not before a lengthy legal battle. The defense is challenging everything: the DNA evidence, the surveillance, even the eyewitness testimony. They've hinted that the prosecution's case may not be as solid as it seems. And meanwhile, the families are still waiting for the one thing they've wanted since day one: answers for young people lost. One man on trial, and a nation asking, will justice be served? For many, no sentence can bring true closure. But for the families, accountability matters. The truth matters. And in that courtroom, in front of judges, lawyers, and grieving families, Bryan Kohberger stands alone, silent, still, awaiting his fate. Do you believe he's guilty? Should he face the death penalty? Or is there more to this story? The world is watching. The families are waiting. And justice, however long it takes, must find its way. If you want more gripping true crime stories, hit that subscribe button. Do you think justice was served? Drop a comment below. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay aware.